That's a live mic, man. I said it on a mic too. It's okay. They can say it in a song in the soundtrack of a rated E video game. You're fine. You're fine. But I did mean. I'm fine with it. I have no idea how to take a compliment, but thank you.
I watch my kids play when I'm at work at night sometimes. Not now, though. He's gone.
From Maplewood Park at Malden Catholic High School in Malden, Mass., this is the Intercity League Championship Series here on LSP. Tonight, it's Game 3 of the Best of 5 Championship Series between the number 2 seed Andre Chiefs and the number 1 seed Sabertooth Expos, with the Chiefs leading the Chiefs 2-0 and looking to close out their second consecutive ICL title here tonight. Good evening, everybody. Sam Feely here with you, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. If the Chiefs are going to extend this series, they are going to have to do it against the presumptive Intercity League Pitcher of the Year, Nick Johnson, a man who averaged almost 2 strikeouts an inning this season, and will do so against the same Chiefs lineup that he faced, that Anthony Perry sent out there in Monday night's Game 2 loss, in which the Chiefs actually got their first lead in a game of the series, thanks in part to a 3-run bottom of the fourth to tie the game, including a game-tying Batista bomb by John Batista, and I will never surpass that call in my career. And then took the lead 4-3, but Expos came back and won 6-5, even though the Chiefs got both the tying and go-ahead runs on base in the 6th and 7th inning. All right. Juan Parr to lead things off against Nick Johnson. Again, Johnson, the presumptive ICL pitcher of the year. We've moved this game from Morelli to Maplewood because of the rain yesterday. We almost didn't play it all tonight either, as that's in there on the outside corner for strike one at 8:05. We're underway. Luckily, Maplewood was available, and we will continue the series tonight. Game 3, 0-1. Parra takes a breaking ball upstairs, 1-1. Parra had the only hit for the Chiefs of Game 1, an infield single leading off the ball game, and then was 1 for 3 with a walk, a steal, a single, and an RBI, and 2 Ks on Monday. In Game 2, lines this one the other way foul, and he is behind 1-2. The Expos are without their 2 best hitters, and will be for the rest of the postseason, rest of the series at this point, obviously. Andrew Mazzoni and Leon Paulino have both gone off to opposite corners of the country to resume their college baseball careers. Mazzoni is in California, and Paulino, who is actually a draft pick by the Red Sox out of high school, it's 2-2, that misses low, signed, but after all the releases, because of the quote-unquote restructuring of the minor leagues, that swung on and missed for strike 3. 1 up, 1 down as Parr is retired. He was allowed to play college ball again. The rule, according as described to me by Brandon Anderson, the Expos manager, is that he couldn't play Division I, but he could play Division II or III or whatever, and he is now playing in Florida. So Parra is retired, and here is Miles Reed, the second baseman. We'll give you the full lineups for both sides as we go along, as that is just outside for ball 1. Reed was 2 for 4. Actually, I misspoke. Reed actually had the RBI that I mentioned Parra had. Reed actually had 2 ribbies as part of his 2 for 4 night on Monday. Reed ahead in the count, 2-0. And that's in there for strike 1, 2-1. .69 degrees, mostly cloudy, and a bit of a breeze coming in as this is a comebacker to Johnson on to first. 2 up, 2 down. Speaking of 69, here's number 69 in your programs, Teddy Juba, and he should also get some flowers for being named to the NUMAC 25th anniversary team. He and 4 other members of the 4 other Babson baseball greats, including Dave Ahern, named to the NUMAC 25th anniversary team this week. Strike at the knees, 0-1. Juba 0 for 2 with 2 walks and a run scored on Monday night. And it'll be up and away. 4 ball 1 to even the count. Two and 1 to Juba. Andrew Caulfield due up next if Teddy can get on. Johns with a 2-1, fouled into the screen, and it'll be 2-2. Johnson got the win in Game 1 against the Americans last of the semifinals on Monday, August 7th, and he gets Teddy to swing through that one for strike 3. 6 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and 8 Ks. 1 hit batsman. He picks up where he left off with 2 strikeouts here in the top of the first. Half inning in the books, Chiefs nothing. Expos coming up. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot, whether you want to promote a business or event, or send a message of support to a player, coach, or team. Email samfeelypvp@gmail.com for more information. So we've got the top of the first in the books. Here's the full batting order for both sides. Chiefs in the maroon jerseys with the white letters and numbers. It'll be Juan Parr leading off in right field, followed by Miles Reed at second. Teddy Juba is behind the plate. Andrew Caulfield is at first. John Batista is the DH. Joe Bova is in left. Nate Witkowski is at short. Tyler Ferdinand is at third. And Nick Valdario rounds out the lineup in center. On the mound for the Chiefs, trying to keep this series alive, Evan Walsh. Walsh is making his second appearance of the postseason, pitched a complete game in the series clincher against the Blue Sox. Semifinal series clincher against the Blue Sox on August 9th. Allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run, one which was earned, no walks, 10 Ks. His lone home run being a solo shot to deep right off the bat of Jake Elberry. Walsh in the regular season was 4-1 with a 2.68 ERA in 34 innings and over 7 games. He allowed 19 runs, 13 of which were earned, 36 hits, 18 walks, struck out 47, surrendered 1 home run. Season made 1 appearance against the Expos, took the loss on June 16th, going 5 innings, allowing 3 hits, 5 runs, only 1 of which was earned. Walked 5, struck out 11, surrendered 1 home run, and hit 1 batter. That was the only loss that Walsh suffered all season to these Sabertooth Expos. As promised, here's the Expos starting lineup there in the baby blues with the red shoulders, letters, and numbers, and the red and blue caps. Adelson Taveras leading off in center field, followed by Ryan Cloutier in left. Kebler Peralta is at third. Dionis Quezada is behind the plate. Matt Consigli is the DH. Angelo Colucci is at first. Michael Oliveira is at second. Jose Paulino is at short. And George Chaya rounds out the lineup in right. Nick Johnson, as mentioned, and as you saw on the mound for the Expos. On his season stats when he comes to take the mound for the top of the second. But we go to the bottom of the first. And here is the speedy center fielder for the Expos, Adelson Taveras. Lefty against lefty. Walsh comes set, and the first pitch to Taveras, taken just outside for ball 1. Taveras was 0 for 3 with a walk on Monday night in the 6-5 Expos win. That's on the outside corner for strike 1. On the postseason, Taveras 3 for 12 with 2 doubles, 2 runs scored, 2 ribbies, 3 walks, 5 Ks, and 0 of 1 in steals. He is behind 1 and 2. Chiefs looking to lock down a second straight ICL championship tonight in their 3rd year in the league and 3rd consecutive appearance in the ICL finals. Curveball misses down and away for ball 2. Chiefs hoping to force game 4 tomorrow night at Morelli. Only at Maplewood tonight because the lack of availability of Morelli due to, I guess, being waterlogged from the rain yesterday still. Talking to Orazio Azzarello today, and I'm like, this reminds me of the finals 12 years ago. I mean, we were pushing, almost into September by the time we finally finished that series, the Chiefs and the Blue Sox. Grounded to first, Nix off of Caulfield, goes back to Reed and back to Caulfield. Your standard issue 3-4-3 put out for the first out of the bottom of the first. So here is Cloutier getting the start in left field tonight with the shuffling of the lineup due to the departures, as I mentioned, of Mazzoni and Leon Paulino. Both going off to continue their collegiate baseball careers. 0-1 the count to Cloutier as he swings and misses the first one and then fouls this one off at the plate to make it 0-2. Cloutier on Monday night was 0 for 0 with 4 walks and a steal and a run scored, and then pitched an inning. Could have gotten a save out of that spot he was put on the mound too. That's 1-2 now. But after it got dicey in the bottom of the 7th, when the first 2 had reached with nobody out, Brandon Anderson made the move for Dan Shaw, and he got a double play off the bat of Juba, and then a pop-up by Caulfield to end the ball game. That was Shaw. Now it's Johnson on the mound with Cloutier awaiting a 1-2 from Walsh. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 up, 2 down for Walsh and the Chiefs as here comes Kepler Peralta. Peralta's batted out of the number 2 slot the first 2 games of the series, now the number 3 slot. 3 for 4 on Monday night with 3 ribbies. He's behind 0-1. Take strike 2, 0-2. Peralta batting .400 on the postseason. Down the right field line into the corner. That is a foul ball. He's got 6 hits, 1 double, and 4 ribbies. 0-2 the count to Peralta. Dionis Quezada due up next. As Walsh, working exclusively from the stretch, delivers. Smack to short. Witkowski's got it. On to first. 1-2-3 go the Expos. In the bottom of the first, no score after 1. LSP is the live event specialist. Ask us about taping, streaming, or announcing your next sports game, gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, play, meeting, or other event. Rates start just $150. Or find us on Thumbtack for details on our services outside the worlds of sports and live events, including pet sitting and walking, graphic and document design, errands, computer lessons, and more. SamFeelyPVP@gmail.com. Or again, find LSP on Thumbtack for all the deets. After an easy, breezy 1-2 peasy first inning for both pitchers, Chiefs will send the middle third of the order to the plate against Nick Johnson, Andrew Caulfield, John Batista, and Joe Bova. Caulfield, the Chiefs' first baseman. First pitch from Johnson is low for ball one. Caulfield, 2 for 4. And a 2-run homer and a double on Monday night. Towering pop-up into right field. Shia giving chase into foul territory, and he's got it for out number 1. Just a reminder, folks, even the spot where we have someone panning the camera, I think we would have lost him behind the Chiefs dugout, but trust me on this one, Caulfield did fly out to right. So 1 up, 1 down for John Batista. He's going to give the Chiefs what they want, an early lead. Tied the game last night with a big home run to left center. Swings at the first pitch, popped into foul territory to the right side, and that's going to get out of play for strike 1. I mean, what he did that led to that mammoth home run, that Batista bomb through the table, as I put it. It was just it's like a veteran move, too, because Caulfield had just hit a 2-run homer to make it a 1-run game before that. Then Vasquez got strike 1. Batista was the beneficiary of a close ball 1 call as he swings this one and smacks it to short. Paulino, low throw, but Colucci's got it, 2 down. So even the count 1, then 2-1, and then got time granted just as Vasquez was going into his motion, settled back in, and got a meatball to tie the game, unfortunately for the Chiefs. Could not make the lead they would get the following inning last. So 2 up, 2 down, and swinging a foul off for strike 1 to Joe Bova. And Batista went 2 for 2 with a single, a home run, and a walk. Monday night, Bova 0 for 3 with 2 Ks, reaching on a fielder's choice. Now he's behind 0-2. Grounder to short. Paulino. Skip. And he got it. Good pick at first by Colucci. To handle the low throw and get the out for another 1-2-3 inning for Nick Johnson in the Expos. Through a buck and a half. Still no score. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD or digital copy of most past LSP video broadcasts, or check out our collection of exclusive merchandise, including the LSP hoodie, the Never Concede collection, and some stuff with my dog, Tina the Long Arena, on it. LSP37.creator-spring.com to place your order for merchandise, and email samfeelypbb@gmail.com to place your order for game videos. We go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Cazada, Consigli, and Colucci due up for the Expos against Evan Walsh. First pitch to the catcher, Quezada. Fly ball down the right field line and slicing foul for strike one. Quezada was 2 for 4 with 2 singles. 4.63 double play to strikeout on Monday night. Looking at our Who You Got poll, 3 options, as it was first 2 games. Do you have the Expos, the Chiefs, or do you have the nearest package store for whoever, in case someone wants to celebrate a big win tonight? 71% say the Chiefs right now. Through the first 7 votes, poll closed at the hour mark, or they're somewhere thereabouts. This ball game, we start at 8:05, so plenty of time to get your votes in and see if you have any more success influencing the outcome than I do with your clicks and I have with my words back here. Listen, if I take credit for, if I get to take credit for Batista's home run, that's outside for ball 2, then I also have to take the blame if, I speak something terrible into existence. But again, if I really could control the outcome, they ain't paying me nearly enough. Here's a deep fly ball to center field. Back goes Valdario, and he's got it in front of the wall. That very short 335 fence for out number 1. Laser beam was sinking too low. I think it sunk just the right moment that wasn't going to get out of here. And Valdario in position to haul in out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down as Quezada, maybe the hardest hit ball so far tonight. It's just tough luck. Fly out to center. Consigli ahead 1-0 here. And now he's ahead 2-0. That's on the outside corner for strike 1, 2-1. After the EI Braves won Game 7 of the Park League Championship Series last year, I was packing up my stuff at Monahan. I heard them talking about going to celebrate immediately afterward at Encore. And I think if this series goes to a Game 5, I think the third option in Who You Got is going to be the Encore VIP room. Full count. Consigli in the DH slot. Tonight he was in the EH slot the other night and had a solo home run, his only hit in a 1-for-4 effort. On Monday, grounder to short. That is Witkowski, and that is out number 2 at the bottom of the second. So it'll be up to Angelo Colucci to try and get our first base runner of this ball game. Colucci 0 for 4. Only time he was on base Monday night was on a fielder's choice. Otherwise, he grounded a 6-4-3 double play, struck out swinging, ground out to second. He fouls this one off for strike 1, 0-1. Walsh leaning in for the sign from Juba comes set. Up and away. 1-1. Wait on the breaking ball. Nice diving stop by Ferdinand. He bobbles, fires on to first. Swipe the tag. He got him. Caulfield slipped after coming down to swipe the tag on Colucci, busting it up the line. And I'm worried for one he may have torn something, and that could have very well torn the Chiefs' chances of coming back to win this series into shreds. But he sprinted off the field with everybody else, and we are still scoreless through 2. Are you down with the sound called LSP? Then follow and support us on the web, Linktree, Facebook, YouTube, PayPal, Creator Spring, LSP 37. All the cool kids are doing it.
Mira, un problema será fortune pattern. Yeah, fortune pattern. Como tipo fortune. Oh, sí, it's a 44. No, that's 44. I forgot. Tú puedes sacar la bola.
As you might have noticed, there was a conversation between the umpires. I guess the Expos wanted to see if first base umpire could get some help on that out call on Colucci to end the second, but to no avail. And Witkowski grounds this one up the middle on the first pitch at the top of the third for our first base runner of the ball game. So after Valdario, Witkowski, and Ferdinand, all with fine defensive plays to get the Expos 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the second. Here they are leading off the top of the third with Witkowski with a smash up the middle. And now here is Ferdinand with a great play and recovery, and even with the offline throw, able to get Colucci for the final out. He is going to square, and he fouled it off for strike 1. So our first base runner of the ball game, Witkowski with a single for going 0 for 3 in game 2 and 0 for 3 in game 1 of this series. 0 for 6 to start. The only time he'd been on base was by reaching on an error. It's only his second hit of the postseason in 12 at-bats, Witkowski. Was not at all a cheapie, a hard smash up the middle for a leadoff single. You know, even singles don't have to be, cheap. Outside for ball 1 to even the count. Johnson trying to see if Ferdinand would offer a pitch that was going to be low and away. Pulled back in time. 1-1 the count, nobody out, leadoff man at first. Ferdinand makes his intentions obvious. Now pulls back, swings, flares it down the left field line, and this will be caught just into foul territory by the left fielder Cloutier for out number 1. So center fielder holding that first out of the bottom of the second on Ball that looked ticketed for a home run. I mean, a home run to that part at that distance is definitely a cheapie in this park. It's only 335 to dead center, but it's sunk at the very end into Valdario's glove in front of the fence. He swings and misses the first one. It's 0-1. Valdario was 1 for 2 with a sac bunt, a single, and a run scored on Monday night. Swings and misses. 4 strike 2. Was 0 for 3 with 3 Ks in game 1. 0-2 the count, but the leadoff man Juan Parra due up next. So nothing else if you're Valdario. Just stay out of the double play. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Nick Valdario. Strikeout number 3 for Nick Johnson. 2 down, and here is Parra. Leadoff man in the Chiefs order and the ICL batting champ. Struck out swinging to begin the ball game. Parra 4 for 13 on the postseason after his strikeout. That's just upstairs. 4-1. In the regular season against the Expos, Parra /385, 500, 385, fouls that one off. 5 hits and 13 at-bats with 6 runs, no ribbies, 2 walks, and 1 hit by pitch. He is even in the count at 1 after fouling that last one off. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Mentioned I was going to talk about Johnson's numbers in the regular season, the video game numbers he put up. 6-0 in 8 games and 49 innings with a 1.43 ERA, 96 strikeouts in 49 innings. Swing and a miss, strike 3, gets Parra for the second time, and he's got 4 Ks through 3 innings as we're through 2.5. Still no score, though we do finally have a notch in the hit column. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot, whether you want to promote a business or event or send a message of support to a player, team, or coach. Email samfeelypvp@gmail.com for more information. Bottom of the third, and it'll be the bottom third of the Expos order due up here. Michael Oliveira, Jose Paulino, and George Chaya. Now let's see. Witkowski led off the top of the third with the first hit for the Chiefs. What can Oliveira do leading off the bottom of the third? Takes down in for ball 1. Oliveira was 1 for 3 with a run scored on Monday night. Lines it up the middle for a base hit. First pitch swinging base hit up the middle for Witkowski. Second pitch swinging base hit up the middle for Oliveira. History doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. So we'll see if same kind of thoughts are in Paulino's head that were in Ferdinand's head. Only one down here. He does not square and takes up and away for ball one. Ferdinand not convinced, still playing in from third base. Paulino 2 for 3 with an RBI. Runs scored and stolen base on Monday. Throw over to first, and Oliveira's back standing. So both teams have a hit tonight. Each pitcher retired the first 6 batters they faced. Oliveira inching off of first, and another throw back to first, and packed safely again. Without a tag is Oliveira, because Caulfield had to come to the home plate side of first to make sure that didn't get away from him. Walsh delivers with the slide step, and the quick delivery might have forced that curveball to stay way up and out of the zone, and it is 2-0. So hitters count here. That's the point you send Oliveira. He does not go, and it's popped up. Reed over towards first and makes the catch for out number 1. So here is the speedster, George Chaya. Right fielder. Got his first start of the series in game 2. And all he did was go 2 for 2 with a walk, 2 runs, steal. Breaking ball doesn't get the inside corner for ball 1. Should I take that back? It wasn't 2 for 2 with a walk. He was 1 for 1 with 2 walks. Fouls that one off, and it's 1-1. Scored 3 runs in 2 games with 3 plate appearances. Remember, the one run he scored against Melrose was as a pinch runner, as that is fouled off. And he is behind 1-2. In the regular season, Chaya / 305, 431, 442. I got the. How do I have the whole Expos batting stats? So I clicked on Chaya's. What's going on here? There it is. Not too far off, though. 294, 410 as far as the average on base percentage are concerned, but slugging percentage didn't have an extra base hit. Did have 15 steals in 17 attempts. It's been a long season, folks. Yeah, even 25 games can be a long season. Boy, Oliveira really in Walsh's head here. Now time is called. Oliveira only stolen bases attempted this postseason was in Game 2 against Melrose. In the regular season, he only had 1 stolen base. That was against the Bulldogs on August 1st. So hasn't been a big part of his game this year. Breaking ball fouled off. Chaya, by the way, his 15 steals and 17 attempts were the most in the ICL this year. Cacciatore, the Bulldogs, was closest with 11. And 3 guys behind Cacciatore with 10. Tavares on deck. Walsh delivers. Fouled off again. The battle continues. Still only one out in the inning. Paulino didn't give nearly this kind of fight in his at-bat. You'll have to see it from your number 9 hitter. Ball 3, full count. I think you send Oliveira in this spot. 1 out. He is getting a little bit of a bigger lead. Does not go, and it's grounded to first. Caulfield turns to the shortstop for 1. On to first, no chance. Might actually have been better that, I don't know, better for the Expo, for the Chiefs certainly, that Oliveira wasn't running, because if he was, the way that ball is hit, I think you have to, Caulfield has to take the sure out at first. It's just a fielder's choice, 3-6. Oliveira's retired. Pitch out, kind of, for ball 1 to Tavares, as Chaya is not running there. Tavares, 3-4-3 ground out, his first time up. Back to first, and again. Chaya is safe. Oh, they got him in a hot box between first and second. Got him on the most subtle step. They get him? They did. They did. Chaya pleading his case, saying he didn't swipe him. He didn't touch him with the glove. But that is the end of the inning. Chaya is picked off 1-3-4. And the inning is over, so no runs, 1 hit. And nobody left for the Expos. We're through 3 complete. Both teams had their first hit. Who's going to get the first run? LSP is the live event specialist. Ask us about taping, streaming, working, hosting or announcing your next sports game, gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, play, meeting, or other event. Rates start just $150, or you can find us on Thumbtack for details on our services outside the world of sports and live events, including graphic and document design, pet sitting and walking, errands, deliveries, computer lessons, so on. Again, that's find LSP on Thumbtack. Or email samfeelypbp@gmail.com for more deets.
Hey, Andrew. Andrew.
Top of the 4th, as it'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Chiefs due up. Miles Reed, Teddy Juba, and Andrew Caulfield. Inside for ball 1 to Spida. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left for the Chiefs. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, nobody left for the Expos. Through 3 innings, Reed 0 for 1 with a comebacker. In the first, he'll flare this one into shallow right. That's down for a base hit. Reed will take the turn at first and hold there. The leadoff single for the 2nd consecutive inning for the Chiefs. Now, here is a man who he's going to try and lay one down here, I think we need to retract that all new MAC 25th anniversary team award, man. Do your alma mater proud here, Thaddeus. Struck out swinging his first time up to end the first. Top of the first, anyways. I don't know. Do we, though? I mean, it's team first, right? Try to keep your team. Oh, come on, man. 2-0. I love you, Teddy. Two and one. Hit and run could certainly be a possibility here with the left-handed Juba. If you try and get the second baseman Oliveira out of position. If you hit one, ground one to the right side with Reed on his way, certainly got the speed. Feel the need for Reed. I don't know. 2-2. Oh, called strike 3 at the knees. If that, one up, one down rather. Teddy goes down on strikes the second time. Five strikeouts now for Johnson, and 4 of them have been at the expense of Parra and Juba. Here's Caulfield, who fouls that one off for strike 1. I like to think that Teddy and I have the kind of, player-announcer relationship that Petey had, Dustin Pedroia had with Don Orsillo. That just that one spring training game. Fouled off, strike 2. Teddy could do my job in his sleep. I get it. I'm sure a lot of you could. This isn't that glamorous, man. 0-2 to Caulfield. Strike 3 called. 6 strikeouts now for Johnson. And here's John Batista. Be submitting that square bunt, square to bunt is evidence to, Batista trying to get the same time call he got against Vasquez the other night, but unsuccessful on 1. Do I need to send that clip to Babson Athletics and just say, hey, he's an all-time great and he's got a good sense of humor too, right? One and 1 the count to Batista. 2 and 1. Three and 1. Joe Bova 2 up next. Reed still on first after the leadoff single, and that'll be ball 4. And whoa, what's the glare for? From Batista out to Johnson. Johnson not happy, and now the Chiefs are getting a warning, and I believe Batista's getting a warning. The Chiefs Doug is getting a warning, and Batista himself is getting a warning too. I mean, that must have started with the request for time that Batista didn't get at the beginning of the at bat, and I just ruffled everyone's feathers, and we certainly don't need that happening in an elimination game postseason. Okay, so first and second, 2 out for Bova, who grounded out to short his first time up to end the second. So Batista, grounded to short his first time, draws a walk, and Bova fouls this one off for strike one. Batista, I mean, he plays with swagger. He is a confident man. But, you don't want to, but you don't have Ryan Noon available tonight. You don't want to, make a mental mistake, obviously, or, just get yourself run or anything and cost your team the game or the championship. Runners are not being held here on an 0-2 count. Fouled off late on the fastball was Bova. Nate Witkowski due up next. If Bova can keep the line moving. Down 0-2. Leadoff single by Reed. Juba and Caulfield both strike out. And Batista draws a 5-pitch walk. Upstairs for ball one. 1-2. Johnson comes set. 1-2. Off the end of the bat, but it's a foul ball. Home plate umpire called it immediately at the plate. Remains 1-2. Chiefs with 2 hits to their credit, both singles. To get the first run here. Again, with the Expos 1 win away from their second consecutive ICL title. Runners go. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And the side is retired. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Nick Johnson. He is now up to 7 on the night. And we're halfway home, still scoreless in Game 3 of the ICL Championship Series. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD or digital copy of most past LSP video broadcasts, or check out our collection of exclusive merchandise, including the LSP hoodie, the Never Concede collection, and some stuff with my dog, Tina the Long Arena, on it. LSP37.creator-spring.com to place your order for merch, and email samfeelypbp@gmail.com to place your order for game videos.
Papá, yo le digo.
Is he subscribed to this channel, by the way? He is? Okay, it's been subscribed for more than one day. Tell him to drop it in the chat. You color commentary in the chat or something. All right. Hey, Andrew. Are you in the chat? Let me know. Andrew Mazzoni. Told you we're watching. I demand evidence. Show me the receipts. Anyways, we go to the bottom of the fourth. Evan Walsh has faced the minimum through 3. Here is Tavares, who was at bat when Chai was picked off to end the third. He takes ball 1. Oh, that's that's hashtag? His channel's name is hashtag? I had no idea that was you. Caulfield calls off Walsh for out number 1. I don't know, man. I just can never tell sometimes. Just with a generic YouTube H for your profile picture. That's what I thought. I was like, just someone. Doesn't know what mess they've gotten themselves into. 1-0 the count to Cloutier, who struck out swinging his first time up. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Now just need Milberg and Mrs. Wojtik. And Katrina, I guess. The gang's all here. Ooh, just outside, 2-1, but that spot has been a ball tonight, so no argument. 2-1. Again, gonna call the last one a ball. You better call that one a ball too. 3-1. That's on the outside corner for a full count. You've had this account since you were 9. Wow, thanks. Why don't you tell me I'm dying too? Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cloutier down on strikes for the second time. As if I needed to feel any older than I already feel. Here's Peralta, ground out to short his first time up. One and 0. Pretty sure there are ways to change it, though, Andrew. I don't know. Anyways, 1-0. Oh, big looping curveball on the outside corner to even the count. 1-1. Up and away for ball 2. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Well, the fastball by him, 2-2. Talking to Anthony Perry, that he said if Chiefs live to fight another day, Tim Dunphy would be the one to go Thursday night in Game 4 back at Morelli. Right now, Walsh and the Chiefs have to keep a goose egg in the Expos run column. Here's a dying fly ball to right center field, but caught on the run by Valdario for the out that retires the side. So Walsh has still faced the minimum through 4, and it is still scoreless. Are you down with the sound called LSP? Then follow and support us on the web. Linktree, Facebook, YouTube, PayPal, Creator Spring, LSP 37. Try it with your friends. We'll go to the top of the 5th. No score in Game 2. Game 3 of the ICL Championship Series with the Expos leading. 2-0. And the score 0-0. Oh, Katrina, I'm sure folks would love to hear all the embarrassing factoids you have to say about me and our marriage now for almost 2 months at this point. I don't do month anniversaries or anything, but love you, Katrina. Boy, y'all will want to tune in for that tomorrow if that game gets played.
There it is.
44, vamos, dame esa bola. Let me see now.
Top of the fifth, Nate Witkowski to lead things off for the Chiefs, followed by Tyler Ferdinand and Nick Valdario. Johnson back to work. Swing and a miss, 4 strike 1. No runs, 2 hits. No errors, 3 left for the Chiefs. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, nobody left for the Expos. That misses just up and in for ball 1. Oh! Now one hit Witkowski. Sam Finn texting me 0-0. I don't know, man. It's like defensive struggle like a lot of soccer games. Not one out. My mistake. Sam, have you subscribed to Sam Finn? Like, he's not going to show up in the chat, I don't think, because I don't know if he subscribed to the channel, but subscribe to the channel, man. I mean, do that, and then you can actually chat, and I don't have to read off the text messages, because at least the people in the chat can see who I'm talking to. All right, anyways, a hit by pitch, and Witkowski's aboard for the second time tonight. And here is, well, they're waiting out. It's going to be Ferdinand, but I'm going to see if Witkowski's going to be good to continue, and it looks like he is. Whatever it takes, says Teddy Juba. Because remember, it's do or die for the Chiefs. Ferdinand flew out to left his first time up after he failed to lay one down. He's going to delay bunt here and pop it foul for strike 1. No score in the top of the 5th. Well, Peralta was going to come in even further than that initially, but he is on the lip of what would be the grass. Ferdinand squares again, grounds it towards Peralta, looks at second, now fires to first, and the sacrifice is successful. 5-3 into scoring position is Witkowski. Here is Nick Valdario. Takes on the outside corner, strike 1. Struck out swinging his first time up. Valdario is 1 hit and 5 Ks, and so far 7 plate appearances in this series, and now he is behind 0-2. Fans got 53% Expos, 47% Chiefs. Who you got, Paul? Valdario down the right field line into the corner. That is caught by Chaya. This will be an easy tag to third for Witkowski. 2 down. Our first run of the game is now 90 feet away. And it'll be up to Para. He has had kind of a tough go of it this series. I guess tough go of it sometimes anyways, like in the He's got the RBI capability from the leadoff, so well, you don't often get, but needs to come through here. Tufkovic tonight 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Johnson blows it by him again. Witkowski is the first base runner to get to third base tonight for either side. Can Parra bring him home? Into left center field, and that will get down for extra bases. Chiefs lead 1-0. Parra's on his way to second with a double. So for the first time this series, the Chiefs score first. RBI double with 2 outs for Parra. And now here's Reed. Is this where the floodgates open finally for the Chiefs? Just high for ball 1. Remember, it's an Expos home game. They have home field advantage in this series, so 1-1. They still get 3 more turns at bat if they need it. Chiefs are going to try and make sure they need every last one of them. They need to pour it on here. Need to break through against Nick Johnson. Reed, a slow grounder up the middle, and it's booted at short. Now Parra's coming home. Now they got him in a hot box between home and third. There's the tag, and they got him. Parra got maybe a little too greedy there after it was booted at short by Paulino. You hold at third. You have, I don't know, might have thought that he had a chance at first for Reed. So he tried to delay long enough for Reed to get on base, but then he got swallowed up in that pickle. And we're through 4.5. The Chiefs lead 1-0. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot, whether you want to promote a business or event or send a message of support to a player, coach, or team. Email samfeelypbp@gmail.com for more information. PayPal is always open, by the way, at LSP37 on PayPal if you just want to stuff the tip jar. I don't know. Wow. After all this time, you're finally subscribed, Sam. Good to know. All right. Well, tomorrow you can start haranguing me in the chat if you're not going to be haranguing me at on plug 2. I don't know. Anyways, so the Chiefs score first for the first time this series. They're up 1-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. In the middle third of the order, due up for the Expos. In Quezada, Consigli, and Colucci. The Expos have 1 hit through 4 innings, and both their batters who have gotten on base have been retired on the bases. They've left nobody through the first 4. Walsh has faced the minimum, and now he's ahead of Quezada, 0-1. Quezada flew out to center his first time up in the 2nd. Fouled off, and he's behind 0-2. Johnson has not lost this season, but he's on the hook right now. That's low for ball one. Walsh in the regular season, as I mentioned, 4-1 with a 2.68 ERA, but his only loss came against the Expos. So the Chiefs, who lost 4 of 5 of the Expos in the regular season, trying to turn things around here in the most dramatic way possible, down 2-0 in a best-of-5 series. Their backs against the wall. Only a 1-run game, though. Series that I think we would have expected to be much higher scoring, given how, even with the great pitching, given how these teams' games against each other played out, as this is into left field for a base hit. Reasonable start for the Expos. A leadoff single for Quezada. And now here is Consigli. Consigli ground out to short. His first time up. He hits a grounder up the middle. Slow roller. Reed's got it. Flips to Witkowski for one. On to first. Not in time. Sure, the Chiefs would have liked to see that at-bat drown. The Expos would like to see that at-bat drown out a little bit more. But once again, batter gets on, but that is retired on the bases as Quezada retired 4-6. Consigli reached on the fielder's choice. And here's Colucci, ground out to third, his first time up. On the outside corner for strike one, as Juba was ready to fire back to first if Consigli went too far. 0-1. Up and away, ball one. 1-1. Maybe the only saving grace right now for the Expos. They haven't ground into a double play yet. One of the runners on base. Shy able to beat out the ground ball that forced out Oliveira, and Consigli the same with the ground ball that forced out Quezada. It's 2-1 to Colucci. Up. Safe! They got Consigli leaning for just a moment, but he was able to get back in the nick of time. What a massive out that would have been. When you see a runner break ever so slightly to second, and then the throw comes, you think, oh, he's dead meat the whole way. But not there. Able to get back. And there he goes again. That one not nearly as close, though. This game is past the hour mark. I mentioned we closed our Who You Got poll. We're in the bottom of the fifth. 1-0 our score. The Chiefs leading and hoping to stay alive in this series. Runner goes, grounder to third. Ferdinand's got it, fires to first in time. And now they might have the runner leading. No, he's back safely to second. Another wide turn. But Consigli able to get back. So Colucci's out 5-3 for the second time. And for the first time, the Expos have a runner in scoring position. For Michael Oliveira, who had the first hit of the ball game for the Expos, with a leadoff single in the third. Trying to bring home the tying run here in the bottom of the fifth with 2 outs. Walsh comes home with it. Outside for ball one in the top of the sixth. The Chiefs will have Juba, Caulfield, and Batista, the 3-4-5 hitters, due up. Heart of the order. So even if the Expos tie or take the lead here, the Chiefs will have the right guys coming up to the plate to try and get runs back. Runner goes, breaking ball's in there for a strike. And Consigli ends up going back to second. So no throw. When I saw that Juba didn't throw, I thought that maybe it just bumped into Oliveira, but Consigli wasn't even fully to third anyway, so 1-1. And a sinking liner caught by Reed for the out that retires the side. The Expos get a runner into scoring position for the first time tonight, but cannot bring him home, and we are through 5. Still 1-0 Chiefs over the Chiefs. LSP is the live event specialist. Ask us about taping, streaming, or announcing your next sports game, gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, play, meeting, or other event. Also find us on Thumbtack for information on our services outside the world of sports and live events, including pet sitting and walking, document graphic design, errands, deliveries, and so on. Against LSP on Thumbtack, or email samfeelypvp@gmail.com for more information. Teddy Juba to lead things off here in the top of the 6th as the Chiefs able to keep the Expos out of the run column. In the bottom of the 5th, 1-0, they lead. Teddy looking to get on base for the first time tonight, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. 1-1. Juba, Caulfield, and Batista, the Thunder, in the Chiefs lineup, due up here in the top of the 6th. Looking to extend this 1-0 lead and prolong this best of 5 Intercity League Championship Series another day. Teddy's behind 1-2. Juba with a grounder to second. Oliveira's got it. Sidearm throw to first. 1 up, 1 down. Here's Caulfield. 0 for 2 with a fly out to right and a strikeout swinging. Chiefs finally giving us our first run of the ball game after Nate Witkowski was hit by a pitch to begin the top of the 5th, and then eventually came around to score on Parra's 2-out double. Grounder up the middle, fielded second by Oliveira, and Caulfield is quickly retired. 2 down. So here's John Batista, 0 for 1 with a ground out to short and a walk. Some jaw gymnastics after Batista's walk last time up. Between him and Johnson, what is in line here? Swing and a miss, strike 1. I'm sure Batista would love to extend the lead to 2-0 that swing, and I think that's what Johnson had in mind, trying to get him fishing there, and he did. 0-1 in the bottom of the sixth. The Expos will have Jose Paulino, George Chai, and Idelson Taveras due up. Foul tip into Quezada's mitt for strike 2. Batista taking his time, getting settled against Johnson. Didn't get the call there. 1-2. Boy, how fired up would Johnson the Expos be if he got the call there after what happened between these two the last time? Sure, Johnson is not happy with the time he's taken. Well, see what he's got. Johnson looking for his first strikeout since Bova in the fourth. Can he get it? Oh, wait. Do we have something on the field, or was that just time called by Nick? Regardless, 1-2. Fouled into the screen. Well, Batista just missed one in game one that would have tied that game. Just missed one there, too. Two and two. The one that Batista just missed in game one was the first ball the Chiefs had hit out of the infield all game that night. Smoke to deep center. Batista is going to watch a fly ball to center. He thought he had it, and there is a little bit of a breeze blowing in, and that kept it from being another Batista bomb. That ends the inning. 1-2-3. Go the Chiefs, not without some high entertainment value in the top of the sixth. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Still 1-0. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD or digital copy of most past LSP video broadcasts. Or check out our collection of exclusive merchandise, including the LSP hoodie, the Never Concede collection, and some stuff with my dog, Tina the Long Arena, on it. LSP37.creator-spring.com to place your order for merch. Email samfeelypvp@gmail.com to place your order for game videos. Bottom of the sixth, and Jose Paulino leads it off by taking strike one, and I think he was shaking his head at the call. Outside for ball one, 1-1. Paulino will pop up to second. His first time up. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left for the Expos. Fouled off, ricochets off a wooden pole, and then pinballs around that screen above the Expos dugout, 1-2. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, it's 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 4 left. Walsh delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Juba, rainbow throw to first to complete the strikeout. Only the 3rd K tonight for Walsh. But the Chiefs 5 outs away from winning Game 3 and prolonging the series another day. Here is Chaya. Reached on a fielder's choice, but was picked off to end the 3rd. And he takes strike 1, 0-1. Walsh comes set. Breaking ball, down and away, 1-1. To this point, Walsh has faced 1 over the minimum with 3 Ks and 2 singles allowed and no walks. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 2. Late swing on the curveball, too. I think Chaya recognized it, but timed the break wrong, unfortunately. So he's behind 1-2, and now time called. We got a loose ball here coming out from the Chiefs dugout and around the Chiefs dugout. I guess someone's getting loose down there. Anyways, 1-2 the count to Chaya with Taveras due up next. Anybody gets on Cloutier. Little number foul. Do it again at 1-2. Down away. 2-2. Walsh comes set. The pitch. Fastball down the pipe for strike 3 called. Four strikeouts now for Walsh. 2 up, 2 down. And here's Taveras. 2 ground outs to the right side tonight. 3-4-3 in the first and 3 unassisted in the 4th. Breaking ball drops in there for strike 1. In the top of the 7th, the Chiefs will have Bova, Witkowski, and Ferdinand due up. 1-0 our score here in the bottom of the 6th. Taveras swings and fouls it off for strike 2. 0-2. To this point, the only strikeouts on the ledger for Walsh were of Cloutier in the 1st and the 4th. But can he strike out the side here in the 6th? Get the Chiefs 3 defensive outs away from extending this series. Another game. Well, good job by Taveras to foul that one off, spoil it, keep the at-bat alive. Chiefs trying to complete a comeback from 2 games down. Best of 5 series to win their first ICL title since 2014. 0-2 again. Here it is. Up and away for ball 1. Teddy not too concerned about that baseball with nobody on base. Just being ball 1 and obviously no swing from Taveras. 1-2. Walsh comes set. 1-2. Here it is. Breaking ball in there for strike 3 called, and Tavares knew it. Walsh strikes out the side in order in the bottom of the 6th. 5 Ks, no runs, and 2 singles allowed to this point by Evan Walsh. We go to the top of the 7th. Chiefs on top of the Chiefs. 1-0. Are you down with the sound called LSP? Then follow and support us on the web. Linktree, Facebook, YouTube, PayPal, Creator Spring, LSP 37. It's the right thing to do.
I'd be like, let's go, whatever your number is. I would go, let's go.
Johnson back out there for the top of the 7th as Bova leads it off and takes strike 1. Bova 0 for 2 with a ground out to short and a strikeout swinging. That's in there for strike 2, 0-2. It's Bova, Witkowski, and Ferdinand due up. If anyone gets on, Valdario. Fouled off. Stays alive. 1 run allowed on just 3 hits with 1 walk. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Ks to this point for Nick Johnson. But he's in danger of being handed his first L of the season. But he does pick up strikeout number 9 here on Joe Bova. 1 up, 1 down in the top of the 7th. For Nate Witkowski, who is the only player on either team to be on base twice tonight. Single in the 3rd, hit by pitch, and scored with so far the game's only run in the 5th. Strike 1. In fact, he's the only swing and a miss strike. He's the only player who hasn't been retired, hasn't been set down at all tonight. 1 for 1 the single, the hit by pitch, but he is behind 0-2 here. Up and in. Ball 1. Chiefs hoping to get at least 1 here and pad the lead going into the bottom of the 7th. But not there. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout. Number 10 for Nick Johnson. 2 up, 2 down. And here is Ferdinand. Fly out to left in the 3rd. Sack bunt in the 5th. That sack bunt was the one that got Witkowski into scoring position and eventually brought him home on Parra's double. Johnson comes set. First pitch to Ferdinand. Outside corner, strike one with a fastball. In the bottom of the seventh, the Expos will have Cloutier, Peralta, and Cazada do up the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Remember, the Expos are without Andrew Mazzoni, as this is chopper to second. It's going to be a tough play. A scoop with the glove by Oliveira is not going to be enough. It's an infield single. The inning continues. So saying, remember, the Expos are without Leon Paulino and Andrew Mazzoni, their two best hitters for the rest of the series. They have both gone off to college in Florida and California to continue their collegiate baseball careers. As a throwback to first, and Ferdinand picking up his first hit of the series is aboard with 2 outs in the top of the seventh. Is in a critical spot as the Chiefs looking for some insurance, but Valdario comes up empty for strike one. He's over 2 with a strikeout swinging and a fly out to right. Fly out to right by Valdario. Actually got Witkowski to third. And the job that much easier for Parra, who is on deck, by the way. 0-2 the count to the veteran Valdario. As Ferdinand gets his lead at first. And he runs. The pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Nick Valdario. 11 Ks for Nick Johnson. Just another day at the office in that regard. But do the Expos have a rally in them, or are the Chiefs going to finally pick up a game this best-of-5 ICL Championship Series? Stick around for the bottom of the seventh. All the answers and more coming up. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot, whether you want to promote a business or event or send a message of support to a player, coach, or team. Email samphillypbp@gmail.com for more information. You can always drop a tip in the LSP37 PayPal account, at LSP37 on PayPal. So we go to the bottom of the seventh, and it is going to be Ryan Cloutier, Kebler Peralta, and Dionis Cazada due up for the Expos. Love to put an end to this series tonight, and they'd love to do it in walk-off fashion too. But does Evan Walsh have a complete game shutout in him to extend this series? Remember, as I've mentioned before, the only loss Walsh took this season was to these Expos. And Johnson hasn't lost a game this season, regular or postseason. So it could be 3 outs away from reversal of fortune for these teams. Will be a big a momentum shift. You think it could be? Let's find out. Starting now, here's Cloutier, 0-2 with 2 Ks. He was the only batter to strike out against Walsh tonight before the bottom of the sixth, when Walsh struck out the side in order, and now he's ahead of Cloutier, 0-1. Looks like he's found a second gear here after consecutively got into scoring position, the first Expo to do so tonight back in the fifth. He has retired 5 in a row, and a curveball has him ahead 0-2, looking to make it 6 in a row. He has faced 1 over the minimum to this point, allowing 2 hits with no runs and no walks. Fastball outside, ball 1. Walsh comes set. 1-2. A swing and a miss and a pitch downstairs. Juba with the rifle to first for out number 1. Cloutier wears the hat trick. 3 Ks on the night. 1 up, 1 down. That is 6 in a row retired. Actually, 7 in a row retired technically, is Consigli reached on a fielder's choice. Corner retired by way of the K as this is fouled off for strike one. Two Peraltos 0 for 2 with a ground out to short and a fly out to center. Breaking ball grounded to the left side. Diving stop by Witkowski. Out! Ticketed for a base hit to left, Nate Witkowski with maybe the defensive play of the season for the Chiefs. Here is Quezada. And he takes low for ball one. Quezada had the last hit for the Expos, bat leading off the fifth with a single, and was retired on a fielder's choice. Breaking ball outside, 2-0. Hitters count for the Expos catcher and cleanup hitter. Fastball on the outside corner, 2-1. Into left center field by Quezada on his horse, and making the catch is Joe Bova. And it's a complete game, 2-hit shutout for Evan Walsh as John Batista is fired up after that win. The Chiefs stay alive with a win in a game that took 1 hour and 42 minutes. The winning pitcher, Evan Walsh. The losing pitcher, Nick Johnson, the first loss he's taken all year, regular or postseason. The final totals for the Chiefs: 1 run on 4 hits, no errors, and 4 left. And for the Expos, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. Player of the game, who else? Evan Walsh. Complete game shutout. 2 hits allowed, no walks, 6 Ks, retired the last 9 in order after Quezada's single, leading off the 5th. And almost got into scoring position with that last piece to left center, but Bova able to run it down. And Nate Witkowski goes 1 for 2 with a single and scores the only run of this ball game, driven in by Juan Parra, who goes 1 for 3 with the only extra base hit of this ball game. Game 3 is in the books, and the Chiefs are on the board, but the Expos still lead the series 2-1. Another chance for the Expos to close it out tomorrow night at Morelli Field. First pitch at 8 p.m. here on LSP. Weather permitting, of course, right now the forecast looks good enough for Thursday. Friday might be in question, though. So with that said, this has been a presentation of LSP, something for everyone for over a decade. Copyright 2023, unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of LSP is strictly prohibited. A reminder that you can support LSP with ads to promote your business or event, or support your favorite player or team for as little as $25 a spot. Just drop a tip in the tip jar by emailing samfeelypbp@gmail.com or finding LSP on PayPal at LSP37. That's where we are on Linktree, Facebook, YouTube, PayPal, and Creator Spring. And don't forget you can buy a digital or DVD copy of most past LSP video broadcasts, or check out our collection of exclusive merchandise at said Creator Spring store. And don't forget to find us on Thumbtack or email me again to hire us to work your next live event, or check out our other services outside the world of sports and live events. Again, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. first pitch, Chiefs at Expos Game 4. Will the Chiefs force a decisive Game 5, or will the Expos celebrate their second consecutive ICL title? All continues again tomorrow night, first pitch at 8 o'clock from Morelli Field at Melrose. But tonight, once again, the final score from Maplewood Park at Malden Catholic High School in Malden, Mass. It is the Andre Chiefs 1 and the Sabertooth Expos 0. The Expos still lead this best of 5 ICL Championship Series 2-1. For all my righty friends here at Maplewood, my name is Sam Feely, reminding you forever and always, freelance isn't free. Thanks for tuning in. Fresh for 2023, suckas. Love you, Katrina. Party hard, Caitlin.